Hey guys, we are back with some more Vegas Golden Knights Eastside Hockey Manager, and in this one, we are going to be trying to replace Brandon Carlo because this contract is just an anchor on this team, and I'll admit it's a bad contract, and every year so far that he's been in the simulation, he has not been simulating well at all, and we need to upgrade that seventh defenseman because injuries are going to happen in this game. And another place we need to upgrade is our backup goaltender. Zukov has not been getting it done as of lately. A 6 average rating, 832 save percentage. So I'd rather send him down to the AHL if possible. So we're going to go into the free agency list here. If I could do that. Do I have to? Yep. So, the back button just spoiled one of the defensemen we're going after, Darnell Nurse, or I should say the defenseman we're going after to replace Brandon Carlo. As at least with Nurse, he may not have had the greatest simulation in the past, but at least with Nurse, we won't have an anchor of a contract holding us back. So we're just going to give him this, and I'm actually going to lowball him here a little bit since we are in November, and, I would imagine no teams are going after him at this point. If he hasn't signed with a team at this point, no other offers besides us, so we're glad I lowballed him there a little bit. And we are also going to be going after a backup goaltender, who would be Mike Condon, and he hasn't had the greatest simulation, but, he's had respectable backup numbers, 912, 914, 911 on the Ottawa Senators, so we will approach to sign him as well. I'll lowball him a little bit as well. So there you go. So let's hope we can sign those guys, and let's also hope that we can just get Brandon Carlo out of here. Please, somebody take him. Okay, good. Solid. So we have 3 offers for Brandon Carlo. We have the Arizona Coyotes want to give up Jason Demers, Evan Cowley, and Mackenzie and Twistle. The Hurricanes want to give up Sergei Tolchinsky and Yaroslav Deblenko. And then the Predators wants to give up a first and a second? Are you serious? Okay, I think I might have to take you up on that, Nashville. A first and a second for a poor simulator? Yes, please. I will take that any day of the week, and I'm not taking Jason Demers' contract. And, it's not terrible, but I would rather take the first and the second. So hopefully Nashville can follow through on that, because that looks like a juicy deal for your Vegas Golden Knights there. So let's see. Polkinen resumes light practice. That's good. Player of the month is Alexander Barkov. Rookie of the month is Reiko Polkinen, my man. There you go. What an honor for him. And then offensive player of the month is Matthew Tkachuk. Defensive player of the month is Andrei Vasilevsky. 4-1 win for the Penguins over the Flyers. And there you go. Trade to take place between Golden Knights and Predators. Brandon Carlo for a first and a second. I almost feel sorry for Nashville here, but you know what? They wanted it, so there you go. Player of the week, Andrei Vasilevsky. And Anders Lee is the offensive player of the week. Board confidence update. They are generally satisfied, and they believe Adam Lowry shouldn't be. Yeah. We'll take care of Lowry later. The center is definitely a position that we have to upgrade as well. But I just want to get this taken care of first. So, Golden Knights and Predators trade confirmed. Brandon Carlo is now part of the Nashville Predators. Let's see how he simulates there. And we get a first for this year and a second for next year. Very nice. So, definitely glad we made that trade when we did. I was a bit worried, honestly, that no one would take him, but we got a bargain of a deal for him. So, game against the Blues, 4-3 shootout win. Goals by Lazaro, Marchessault, and Lowry, and then shootout goals by Marchessault and Smith. There you go. 4-3 win for the Maple Leafs over the Kings in the shootout. 6-3 win for the Rangers over the Bruins. And Smith out for 10 days. That you don't like to see that. Jeez. Injuries in this game. All right, so let's see. Yeah, look at how many players are on the IR. Jeez. Now we got to call up another player from the AHL. And I think we're going to give Lucas Summers the opportunity here. Jeez, our AHL team is down to Reed Duke, Alex Dostie, Cody Glass, and Carl Forrest. Oh my. All right, so Summers, get in there. Not getting on the first line right wing. You are going to... Can you play one of the wings? No, you're a natural center. Of course you are. We have a little too many natural centers at this point. Well, but he's gonna have to... He's gonna have to play wing, I think. So, is he a lefty or a righty? He is a lefty. How's his shot? He's probably be better on the left side. I'll put Silverberg on the right. First line right wing, and then... Man, who do I put on the top six now? Suzuki, no. Lowry, no. Reiko Polkinen, no. Want him to be down there on the fourth line to develop a little bit. Torma, no. Carrier or it's got to be between Carrier or Fasching here. I mean, both of them have been pretty solid simulators this year, but I think I'll give it to Carrier just because he's the natural left winger. And then, so it would be Panarin, Veleno, Silverberg, Carrier, Lazaro, Marchessault. Man, our depth is kind of brutal at the moment. Lowry, Suzuki, Fasching, and then Polkinen, Torma, Summers. Okay, so who we put on the power play now? Panarin, Veleno, blank, Marchessault, Lazaro, Silverberg. Jeez. I'll try double shifting Silverberg here, and then I'll just ask coach for the rest. Jeez. And then we'll put Fleury in there. All right, so hopefully that goaltender, Mike Condon, that we tried signs here soon, because I don't want to keep rolling with Zukov for too long. All right, game against the Jets, 3-1 win. There you go. Suzuki, Brandstrom, and Carrier with the goals. We are currently in second in the Western Conference. I mean, it's not, again, we're not in a bad spot right now. There's Condon, but, you know, I feel like we could be doing better, especially as the President's Trophy winning team from last year. And with ninth place being only 5 points out, you know, we can't afford to be dropping too many games here. And the amount of injuries we've gotten doesn't, you know, obviously doesn't help that. But, you know, we can't be blaming injuries all the time here, so... We have to take some accountability. We are an NHL team after all, and we were the President's Trophy team of last year. Golden Knights win in overtime against the Stars. There you go. Marchessault, Lazaro, Silverberg, and Veleno with the goals. That is what I like to see. So, oh my. So Cam York cashes in after reaching a bonus of 25 games played, and Carrier out for a week with a shoulder contusion. These injuries, man. And there is Darnell Nurse for our 7th defenseman. So there we go. That's looking good. So we are now going to have to call up yet another forward, presuming that Carrier's injury is a serious one. No, it is not, but, you know, I don't want to take a chance, especially with how bad injuries are in this game. So we'll... Jeez, man. We're going to have to call up yet another forward from the AHL. Oh my. Alright, so... and of course, all of them are terrible simulators besides Force. So... I mean, Force has been doing very well down here. I don't want to stunt his growth. Yes, she's 15 goals in 16 games. You know, I might just go with 11 forwards and 7 defensemen here. Because I don't want to stunt the growth of Carl Forrest if he's not ready for the NHL, you know. Because I just want him to tear it up down there in the AHL for 1 year, you know. So I think, yeah, I'm gonna dress Nurse. I don't know where to put him though. He's definitely a defensive defenseman. I know that for sure. Yeah, defensive defenseman. So he's definitely playing defense. It's not like I'm gonna put him at forward here. So who's going to be at forward? It's either going to be York, Krug, or Brandstrom. I think it'll be Brandstrom for right now. And then we'll go with Nurse on defense. And then Brandstrom, can play on the right wing, and then we'll send him down to the third line. All right, there you go. So jersey numbers as well. Condon needs a number and Nurse needs a number. There you go. Okay, so let us also, that actually reminds me, to send Zukov down and get Condon in the backup role. And we will get to that game against the Coyotes. 3-2 win for the Sharks over the Panthers. 2-0 win for the Capitals over the Blue Jackets. And we have a game against the Coyotes, and we cannot seem to solve the Coyotes here as Brandstrom gets the goal as a forward and Krug gets a goal. But that is about it for your Vegas Golden Knights against the Arizona Coyotes, who were for some reason struggling against this year. I believe we're like 0-3 against them. Teemu Pulkkinen is back. That definitely helps. So, I mean, the amount of forward injuries we've been getting. So now what we can do is scratch one of these guys. And Nurse had a 6 in his first game, so we will scratch him right away. And we'll get Pulkkinen back in there. There you go. Let's just do best lines here. See what the coach says. So, I mean, I don't disagree for the most part. I don't know if I want Teemu Pulkkinen on the first line, per se. So I'll leave it as Panarin, Veleno, Silverberg, Marchessault, Lazaro, and Fasching. And then the Pulkkinen brothers can be together. I mean, I doubt they're brothers, but whatever. And then Lowry. And then Torma, Summers, and Suzuki. And then Krug, Theodore, Hogg, Miller, York, Brandstrom. I think York was on the right, wasn't he? Yeah. Okay, so you know what? I'll just leave it as what the best lines coach says. So we'll just trust the coach here that he knows what he's talking about. 3-2 win for the Flames over the Flyers. And a game against the Ducks here. Player of the week is Josh Bailey. Defensive player of the week is Sergei Bobrovsky. Game against the Ducks, a 5-3 loss. Yikes. Goals by York, Marchessault, and Lowry. But other than that, we are kind of sliding at the moment, which we can't really afford. Because, I mean, the gap is kind of tight. We're 4 points from being in 9th. Smith resumes light practice. That's good. Well, I mean, he's no longer our player, but of course he is simulating well on the Anaheim Ducks, so I guess good for him. Because of course he would simulate well on a different team. Guess he just needed to change his scenery or something. I don't know. Carrier resumes practice. That's good. He's been a good simulator for us so far this year. Definitely gotta get him back in there, and he was not on the injured reserve. So we can send down somebody. And that somebody, I think, would be Kenneth Torma. 7 games played, 6 average rating. Unless somebody else has been doing worse than him. Nick Suzuki's at a 644. So we'll send down Torma here. And we will put Carrier back in. We'll do best lines once more. And apparently Condon goes in on the best lines instead of Fleury. So I guess it's giving Fleury a rest. Or either that or Fleury's just been regressing like crazy. So let us get to the game against the Blackhawks. And Smith resumes practice. There you go. We're finally getting all of our players back. So we just need Carlson back at this point. And we can send Nick Suzuki back to the AHL. Put Smith in there. And do best lines once more. So that will put the Pulkkinens and Summers on the 4th line. Then Carrier, Lowry, and Fasching on the 3rd. Marchessault, Lazaro, Silverberg, Panarin, Veleno, Smith. That looks good to me. All right. So we're just waiting on Carlson. Sounds good to me. Game against the Blackhawks, 5-1 win. That is what I'm talking about. Panarin, Marchessault, Lowry, Lowry, Smith, and Theodore with the goals. Rangers with a 4-1 win over the Capitals. 4-3 win for the Ducks over the Jets. USA U20, I mean, we'll go for it. We'll try, but, you know, I haven't gotten it before, so I'm not expecting anything different. So, Sabres with a 5-1 win over the Oilers. We have a game against the Blues here. 4-3 shootout loss. Fasching, Panarin, and Smith with the goals in regulation, but no one with the goals in the shootout for your Vegas Golden Knights. But we're still sitting in second somehow. So, I mean, we'll keep going with it here, but, you know, it's been a little bit of a shaky season so far. Ducks with a 4-2 win over the Hurricanes. Maple Leafs with a 4-3 win over the Bruins. Karlsson resumes practice. That is what I like to see. So there you go. We finally have a healthy roster here. But for how long? So we'll send Summers down. He hasn't been simulating too well, unfortunately. We'll get Karlsson in. Best lines. Karlsson, first line. Lazaro off the power play. Okay. Here we go. Now, hopefully, we can stay healthy now. And Condon's been simulating pretty well the past 2 games, so we'll give him another few games here at the very least. Game against the Hurricanes, 4-1 win. Panarin, Fasching, Silverberg, and Carrier with the goals. 4-1 win for the Kings over the Devils. 5-1 win for the Lightning over the Red Wings. And let's see what's happening here. Not much. 4-0 win for the Red Wings over the Rangers. 6-1 win for the Canucks over the Blackhawks. Nothing happening. Game against the Penguins, 5-3 wins. Solid. Goals by Marchessault, Panarin, Smith, and Silverberg. So Silverberg has been turning it on as of recent. So that's good to see. And, of course, we did not get the USA U20 job, but that is no surprise. So a career milestone for Colin Miller, 300th NHL game. Smith as well reached a milestone, 200th NHL assist. So a couple of milestones there. Good to see. 4-1 loss against the Bruins. Colin Miller with the goal against his old team. But why are we seeing... What? Okay. Did I accidentally press a hotkey there or something? Oh my... What? Can you get out of here? I don't need that. I've been playing this game forever. I don't know why that popped up. I must have accidentally pressed a key or something that just made it pop up. That was completely random. So, a 4-3 win for the Blue Jackets over the Hurricanes. Roster freeze, so we are getting towards the halfway point of the season here. As we have a 4-1 win over the Bruins. Miller, Carrier, Teemu Pulkkinen, and Panarin with the goals. I mean, nothing unusual about those last 2 goals. Panarin and Teemu Pulkkinen scoring. Verche suffers injury. He is a prospect of ours, so hopefully he gets better there. Theodore resumes practice, so that is good to see. Did we put him on the IR? No, we did not. All right, so I don't think we ever even took him out, actually. No, we did not, so good to see. And also, another very good thing to see. Shea Theodore up to a 7-11 there, so that's very important here. Down the stretch. Game against the Panthers, let's see. 6-4 loss, that is unfortunate. Joe Veleno, Panarin, Marchessault, and Panarin with the goals. So the first line doing work there. I mean, especially with Panarin. So let's see. Reichel Pulkkinen triggers a bonus of 25 career games played. Well, games played on the season and career games played. Teemu Pulkkinen with his 200th career NHL game. Well deserved. 3-2 win for the Avalanche over the Flames. Nothing going on here for us. 5-1 win for the Panthers over the Red Wings. 5-3 win for the Ducks over the Islanders. And career milestones that I do not care about because none of those players are on our team. And nothing going on for us here either. 4-2 win for the Coyotes over the Capitals. Nothing going on here. 4-1 win for the Sabres over the Oilers, I believe I saw. And we are going to take a 3-1 loss over the Capitals. And our next game is against the Ducks on the 31st. No trade period ends. So we can trade players again. That's good to know. And we're getting towards the halfway point of the season here. So let's get there. Maple Leafs with a 3-0 win over the Hurricanes. 5-2 win for the Avalanche over the Coyotes. Anything here? Nope. Okay. Let's keep going. One more day. And then we will... I was debating about calling it an episode, but we've only been getting 1 month done per episode so far, so I'd really like to try to get a second month done. Mike Foligno as a scout. How is he? Nah. I won't renew him quite yet. Gerard Gallant. Won't renew him quite yet, just in case. You never know. Gendron, definitely going to renew him. Janelle, yep, sure. And then anything going on here? Malarchuk, yeah, he's our goaltender coach. We got to renew him. There we go. McGill, yeah, he's pretty solid. Boom. Roberts, he's a scout. Yeah, can renew him. Sherman, assistant coach. Sure. Hayden Johnson, physio. There you go. And we will not be renewing any of these players as of right now. I don't like doing it mid-season, just in case they, fall off or something. A 5-2 loss against the Ducks. We are starting to fall off now. Speaking of falling off, so Brandstrom and Carrier with the goals there, but we are now in 7th in the Western Conference, and we are starting to lose games. So luckily that didn't take too long there. Player of the month is Sidney Crosby. Rookie of the month, Trent Frederick on the Bruins. Offensive player of the month is Crosby, and defensive player of the month is Bobrovsky. So we got to figure out what is going on here with your Vegas Golden Knights. And I have a feeling a certain Adam Lowry has something to do with it. Ugh. And then Alan Lazaro hasn't been doing too well either. But you know what? Other than that, everyone else seems to be simulating pretty well here. Defensively, I mean, not the greatest, but, everyone seems to be around where they should be. And then goaltenders, Condon's been simulating very well. So I'm glad we picked him up. And actually, let's get Fleury in there before I forget. So let's check the stats here. So Veleno leads forwards right now with 33 points in 36 games. Panarin with 30 points. Marchessault with 24. Smith with 22. Carlson with 21 and 27. Polkinen with 20. Silverberg with, Carrier with 18. Silverberg with 18 as well. Lowry with 17, -7. I have a feeling he's got something to do with it, man. Lazaro with 16. Fashing with 14. Reiko Polkinen with 8, -7. But he has been simulating pretty well with that 715 average rating, as opposed to Adam Lowry with a 658. Defenseman, Eric Brandstrom with 23 points, Krug with 21, Miller with 17, Theodore with 15, York with 12, +6, Hogg with 9 in 34, and Nurse with nothing in 1. Average rating, Krug with 742, Miller with a 725, Brandstrom with a 714, Theodore with a 710, York with a 703, Hogg with a 691, and then Nurse with a 6. Goaltenders, let's see. So Flower with a 894, and then Condon with an 897, 726, and 720 average ratings respectively. Looks pretty solid at the moment. So, yeah, I think we're going to be trying to trade Lowry here because that contract's brutal, especially for that performance. We need to get... I mean, he's been getting those points, but he's just been simulating so terribly. So we're going to offer him out here, and the Sharks want to take him for Julius Bergman. So, I mean, hey, that's depth on defense, and we get a 4th-round pick. So, I'm going to have to keep that offer on the table because that's, I mean, it's not... Lowry obviously hasn't been simulating the greatest, and he looks like he could be a good center, but he hasn't been simulating for us well over the past 2 seasons, and he's, we need him, if he's getting paid that much, we need him to simulate well, and he's not, so You know, he's pretty much dead weight at this point. Now, the thing is, who do we call up now? I honestly, I think we're gonna have to go into free agents here because I don't want to call up Suzuki, and I don't want to stunt the growth of Carl Forss if we don't have to, you know. So I'm gonna see what centers are on the market here. So Sobotka, Shipachev, Sam Gagne. I mean, Shipachev technically wouldn't be that bad. Sobotka, how's he been doing? I mean, he's been pretty good simulator, actually. So, you know what? I think we'll give Sobotka a chance here. What kind of contract does he want? I mean, he's got an 85 for faceoff, so he's definitely a good center there. Let's see what he wants. He wants to be a key player. I think I'll offer him core player. He wants 2.2 for 1 year. I'll lowball him a little bit. I'll give him $2 million for 40 and a 40,000 signing bonus. So there you go. Let's see if he accepts that. He should. He should. I wouldn't imagine anyone has offers for him at this point in the season. No. We are the only team that has an offer for him. So he should accept our offer there. And we are going to respond to this trade from the San Jose Sharks for Adam Lowry because we just need to get this cap out of here. It is an anchor on us. I'm shocked, honestly, that any team has responded to our offers for Carlo and Lowry. So it's Smith with the goal here. Miller, Carrier, Veleno, Panarin, and Smith with the goals against the Kings. So that is a solid 6-2 win. And we are starting to all of a sudden come alive. So hopefully it continues that way. Board confidence update. They're pleased, I would imagine. Draft rankings. Okay, so we need to send the scout back out. That's usually what that means there when you see the midterm draft rankings. And Barclay Parnetta, I believe it was, who was scouting the draft. Yes, it was. So you can go back out. Gendron was scouting the AHL. So you can go back out there to the Chicago Wolves. And then Scott Luce was scouting the Golden Knights. So we will send him back out, see what our team is doing at the moment. And that is about it for scouts. So we will try to get through one more month here. We're already roughly 30 minutes into the video, but we'll do the best we can here. We'll go as fast as we can. Not going to get into too many games. And the trade between Golden Knights and Sharks accepted. There you go. Let's just get Lowry out of here. We can't be having too many of those anchor contracts here, especially with the huge contracts of Artemi Panarin and Torrey Krug. Yeah, again, that's going to happen, but you know what? It's a cap dump trade. Whatever. I'm just glad that we were able to get those contracts out of here. And hopefully we can get, what's his name? Who did we sign? Sobotka on board here soon. So Bergman, I mean, we already have a 7th defenseman in Nurse, so we could just place him on waivers, go to Chicago in case we need him in the future. And a 3-1 loss over the Canadiens. Goal by Marchessault on the power play, but that is about it for your Vegas Golden Knights. Currently sitting in 5th, so we're definitely not as good as we were last year, but, you know, we're still definitely competitive. Career milestone for Panarin, 400th NHL game. Anything going on here for us? No, there is not. 5-2 win for the Predators over the Islanders. 3-1 win for the Wild over the Flames. And Bergman clears waivers. That's good. And we are set to sign Sobotka. There you go. Hopefully we could get him in here as soon as possible because I believe we're actually missing a forward right now since we traded Lowry already. And there you go. Sobotka is on the Golden Knights now. Come on now, roster. There you go. And 19 players dressed. Let's get Sobotka in there as soon as possible. There you go. 3rd line center. Let's see how he does. How's Flower been doing? Yeah, he needs some games in there. We'll give Sobotka a number. 17. All right. Game against the Blackhawks. Let's see. There you go. Sobotka in his first game gets the goal against the Blackhawks. Panarin, Carlson, and Smith with goals as well. So hopefully Saboka works out for us pretty well because Adam Lowry sure didn't. So, game against the Avalanche coming up. A 4-1 win for the Wild over the Rangers. 3-2 win for the Red Wings over the Maple Leafs. And Hedin suffers injury. That's unfortunate. One of our prospects there. And what is going on here? Krug set for a new home? Absolutely not. But the good news is right now we have a lot of cap space. $67 million remaining in average club salary. And oh my, 7-0 win over the Avalanche. Silverberg, Reiko Pulkkinen, Teemu Pulkkinen, Silverberg, Panarin, Krug, and Marchessault with the goals for a 7-0 win over the Avs, who are in first in the Western Conference currently. So that is a solid win. Nice confidence booster as well. But of course, we lose against the Wild, who are in 14th. Silverberg, Fasching, Panarin, and Brandstrom with the goals. Just going to roll through those goals quickly and just get to the next game because we are really cutting it close on the time right now. We're over 30 minutes in. 4-3 win for the Blackhawks over the Kings. 5-1 win for the Coyotes over the Rangers. 4-3 win for the Canucks over the Canadiens. And a 5-2 win for your Golden Knights over the Rangers. Krug, Veleno, Panarin, Fasching, and Marchessault with the goals. We currently sit in third in the Western Conference. That's, we're in a pretty good position. We've been in a relatively good position all year. We haven't fallen out of a playoff spot, at least yet, so that's good. To save time, I'll just read all from now on, unless there's something important, like an injury or something. And speak of injuries, he's only day-to-day, so I won't put him on the IR, but, man, Connor Brown... we technically have the cap space now. His simulation isn't great, so I'll ignore that. 5-3 win for the Wild over the Red Wings. Try to get through January here. 3-2 win for the Red Wings over the Canadiens. 4-3 win for the Wild over the Jets in overtime. And read all. 5-1 win for the Hurricanes over the Capitals, 5-2 win for the Panthers over the Flames, and a 4-1 win for the Lightning over the Blue Jackets. A 4-1 win for the Flames over the Bruins, a 5-1 win for the Canucks over the Blue Jackets, a 3-2 win for the Capitals over the Hurricanes. Got 3 out of the 5. Nothing there for us. A 5-1 win for the Devils, and a 4-2 win for the Golden Knights over the Oilers. Goals by Veleno, Carlson, Carrier, and Teemu Pulkkinen. So there you go. Currently sitting in third. Still, so good to see. Nothing important there, I don't believe. Well, Smith, career milestone, 600th NHL game. Carrier with his 300th NHL game. There you go with that. 4-3 win for the Canucks over the Jets. 3-2 win for the Ducks, for the Predators over the Ducks. 3-1 win for the Sharks over the Kings. Got 3 out of 5 once again. So that seems to be the pattern here. 4-3 win for the Flames over the Stars, and a 4-3 win for the Islanders over the Sabres. And nothing here for us. A 3-2 win for your Golden Knights over the Blackhawks. Goals by Marchessault, Veleno, and Panarin. Still sitting in third. That's good. Again, we've been in that position relatively all season, so can't complain. 3-2 win for the Penguins over the Ducks, and a 3-1 win for the Sabres over the Senators, as would have expected, because the Senators are currently in last, I believe. Team USA, I didn't get the USA U20, so, I wouldn't see why I'd get this job, but we'll go for it anyway. Brandstrom resumes practice. That's good. I don't think we ever scratched him either. No, we did not, so we'll just keep going here. And we've been winning games, so I'm not even really going to look at the average ratings right now, because, again, we've been winning, so can't really be too mad about anything at the moment. Larson banned for 1 game. Pulkkinen injured. That is rough. Reiko Pulkkinen. Day-to-day, though, with bruised ribs, so I don't think I'll take him out. Plus, it's the All-Star break right now. A 10-9 win for Team Falk over Team Stamkos in the All-Star game. And Panarin was on Team Falk. He had a goal and 2 assists in the All-Star game. And there it is. The Flower sets sights on retirement, and he will be retiring at the end of the season. Knew that was going to happen, boys, and we have to now be really set on finding a goaltender before Flower retires at the end of this season. So we need to really get one in the draft here. Let's see if there's any good ones. Cameron Temple. I mean, he doesn't look too bad. Only 2-star rating, though. Let's see the scouts. I mean, Luce has him at a 4-star, but Parneda is the better scout at a 99 for both ratings, and he has a 2-star rating for Temple. So, I mean, he's got some good average ratings to him. He's got some good stats in general, but I don't think he's the greatest, obviously. Jan Trout-Bichet. 1-star potential. Spencer Bean. No star potential. Carlos Plo. 1-star. Nothing here, man. You know, we'll actually sort by scouting report here. We'll just go with Barclay Pineda. Yeah. Apparently the best goaltender here is Jamie Polin. The 2-star future rating. Yikes. We're going to need to find a goaltender here, boys. So 5-3 win for your Golden Knights over the Hurricanes. Veleno, Panarin, Veleno, Hogg, and Marchessault with the goals. So, I mean, we're in a good spot right now, but at the end of the season, you know, we got to hope that there's some sort of free agent goaltender out there. Otherwise, we're going to have to make a huge trade for a goaltender. A starting goaltender, to be specific, and they are not cheap in this game in terms of trade value. They really are not. Like, one time in one of my personal GM modes, for a third-string goaltender, well, not third-string, but, like, not on an average team anyway. He was a starting goaltender for an average team, but he was third-string on my team because I had way too many goaltenders on that team. And he was he was a 5-star potential. He had good all-around attributes. I'm going to say roughly 5-6 first-round picks for him. So he was, if that says anything about the value of elite goaltenders in this game, I mean, there you go. Joe Veleno, Brandstrom, Smith, and Marchessault with the goals against the Islanders, but that is a loss, and we are all of a sudden down to 7th, so I mean, that shows how close the Western Conference is at the moment. Last game of the month, let's get it done. Game against the Panthers, and that is going to overtime, so it goes by Silverberg and Sobotka. Going to the shootout, we win in the shootout with a goal by Panarin. Let's see how Sobotka's doing so far. 622, of course. Well, you know what, at least he doesn't have an anchor contract like Lowry did. So I can't be too mad about that. It's just unfortunate, you know, that he's been simulating worse than Lowry. Stick the stats one more time, and then we will end things off right now. Panarin with 45 points. Veleno with 45 points. Smith with 35. Hold on, let's sort by forwards here. Marchessault with 34. Carlson with 32 and 39. Silverberg with 27. Polkinen with 25. Carrier with 22. Lazaro with 20. Fasching with 18. Polkinen with 13. And then Sobotka with 5 in 10. Plus minus, Reiko Polkinen's got that -8, unfortunately. So, I mean, he's been simulating well. He's just, you know, he's had a little bit rough defensively there. And Teemu Polkinen is actually a minus as well. So, I mean, he's been still getting the points there, but and he's still been simulating pretty well. So he's still earning that contract, but you know, we've seen him do better, obviously. And then Marchessault, he's been simulating very well. Let's check the average ratings now. Artemi Panarin with a 790, one of the best players in the league, probably. Let's see the player stats for the league. Average rating. Yeah, he's 3rd in the league in average rating. So, I mean, the only players better than him are Anders Lee and Jamie Benn. So, we definitely made the good decision by signing Artemi Panarin there. Then Riley Smith with a 755, Marchessault 748, Silverberg 735, Veleno 725, Fasching 709, Carrier 709, Carlson 708, Reiko Polkinen 708, Timu Polkinen 702, Lazaro 669, and Saboka 640. Defenseman points: Brandstrom with 29, Krug with 27, Theodore with 23, Miller with 20, York with 16, Hogg with 11, and Nurse has not played since his initial game. Plus minus, the only minus is York's, or Nurse, pardon me. So everyone else is either even or plus, so that is good. Average rating: Krug with 738, Theodore 728. He rebounded from earlier. I knew he had it in him. Miller with the 719, Brandstrom 715, York's fallen off a little bit, 698, not too concerning. Hogg with 689, and Nurse with a 6. Goaltenders: Flower in his final season with a 719, 895 save percentage, and Condon with a 897 save percentage, 718. So, we have two decent goaltenders for this game at least. But with Flower retiring now, we do have to start planning for the future here. So, I guess we can go to the trade center, see if there's any goaltenders available, but I doubt it. Stevenson, Cole, Moore, Buchnevich, McCoshen, Boyle, and Kopp. No. So, no goaltenders on the trade block, but that's per usual. So we're gonna have to figure something out there, and there's no solid goalies in the draft, so we're really gonna have to figure something out. Let's see upcoming free agents here. Configure contract status, expiring UFAs. Okay, so Ovi's coming up this year. Dubnyk. Okay, so we gotta hope that. Well, he's rather old as well, so we gotta hope that the Minnesota Wild don't re-sign Dubnyk, because he might be our only solid chance at a starting goaltender here. Scott Darling as well. He's a starting goaltender. He's not elite, but he's a solid starter. James Reimer, Thomas Greiss. So besides Dubnyk, Darling, and maybe Reimer, there's not really much in terms of goaltenders in free agency this year, so we really got to figure something out here. So let me know what we should do in the comments, because we are starting to get to that point in the season. We're getting towards February now. It's where every game counts. We're still only 7 points out of 9th place, out of 11th place for that matter. So, it's a pretty tight race still, so we got to keep on our toes here and keep winning games. So let me know what we should do, and I'll see you guys in the next one.